Hello, smart investors. So I was in the REIT symposium last Saturday, and one of the things I mentioned during my presentation was that President Trump had imposed a 50% tariff on EU goods coming into the US. Now, funny story, just 2 days later, he decided to delay these tariffs. Now, here's the thing, this little sequence that we see today is part of the larger picture of economic uncertainty which we are seeing today. And when things get a little messy, one thing I do is to try to separate things which you can control and things which you cannot control, such as things which President Trump is trying to do. So in my mind, when it comes to REITs, there are three things which you still can control. The first is the quality of the REIT which you buy. And to do so, you have to find REITs with great assets. These are REITs which are typically leaders in their own industries, so they are likely to do better when things get messy. And they're the ones which are able to collect good rental income, keep their debt manageable, earn a fair profit, and most importantly, pay a dividend or distribution to you, the unit holder. The second thing which you can control is how much you buy of the REIT. Now, too many times we focus on the REIT you want to buy and the price you want to buy, but we forget you also have to decide how much of that REIT you should buy. And I think a good rule of thumb is, if you've studied that REIT and properly studied with earnings reports and all that, then you're able to buy the same percentage of the number of years you have studied that REIT. So if you have studied that REIT for 1 year, 1%, 5 years, 5%. This helps you align your conviction level and your knowledge level of that REIT together with the allocation within your portfolio. The final factor which you can take care of is when you add to the REIT. So there's an initial position you buy, and then after that, if you're going to buy again, that space in between your buys is another factor you can control. So same factor or same methodology, your conviction level should match the space in which you buy that REIT again. If you have a high conviction level because you've studied that REIT for really long, then you can keep a smaller space in between. But if it's a new REIT, a new IPO, for example, which you may not know anything about, then be generous with yourself, right? Leave more space before you buy again. Give yourself, the investor, more time to learn. So that's all for the three things. If you want to learn more, check out my article.